Hello and welcome to another video, and this is a half-hearted discussion. I believe it's going to end up being, it's not a review, but this is a half-assed review of, well, I said it's not a review, it's a half-assed discussion of A Little Life, because I don't really know what to say, to be fair. Looking at what some people have also said about this, there is a lot to say, but I don't really know how to go about saying it, to be quite honest. So I'm just gonna throw some rubbish out there about the whole thing, and I've got some notes for the book, and some of the stuff I will say first for it is the some of the trigger warnings for it are quite big ones. There are so there is sexual, physical and emotional abuse of a child, rape, domestic abuse, paedophilia, suicide, eating disorder, general mental illness, homophobia, self-harm, grief and consent issues. Beyond obviously the rape and stuff, there was general consent issues. And there will be more in there, I'm sure. But they're just the ones that I could put down off the top of my head. And I will say that the writing itself was really good, for the most part. It was, in certain parts it did shine, for example with the grief of Willem, well, the grief of Jude in the book about Willem, and of all of the things that could nearly make us cry, it was part of Jude's grief in here that was awful. Though I was very, very saddened, upset, repulsed and felt physically ill at some of the things that happened in here, to be fair. And I think there was too much of said things in here, and I understand that's the whole point of the book, is that not everybody has a happy ending, not everybody gets better in regards to starting off shit and getting better things, and I understand that the author's editors had actually asked for her to edit down or reduce some things, and she had to fight them every step of the way to keep everything there. And it's like, and I think I'm on the side of the editors here, that it could have been just as traumatizing and upsetting to read without some of the things, I guess. And tying into like all of that, I don't think the author did any kind of research on disability at all in there, and I think someone mentioned that, it said that in an interview. Whether it's true, I don't know, but there is a lot of ableism in the book, and that is coming from Jude himself, not wanting to use any kind of aids at all, and they were kind of thrust upon him without much of a word in edgeways. It's not really showing that, like, what disabled people really think, like, generally. Like, there is a lot of embarrassment and shame and disgust from Jude, And that's not just a couple of times, that's all the way through the book in regards to his own disability, which I think the author could have addressed a lot sooner in the book, because realistically I don't think that happens very often with disabled people. You know, there is, I mean, I don't know how other people think, but you're not going to be ashamed of yourself, of what your physical self constantly throughout your life. But yeah, I don't really have much else to add to that apart, like, there is a lot of other things that I could add if I just dig a little deeper for the book and its issues, that other people have articulated and made much better videos about, to be quite honest, about the book for the book. But to be quite honest, I'm just glad it's done. And what I haven't mentioned is that it did take about 100 pages to get into before I really started caring about anything. But I put that down to build up into the book and understanding what's going on. And I kind of figured that Jude would end up killing himself anyways, long before it even happened. You know, I was thinking to myself, like, he's gonna kill himself anyways, so, like, why? Like, I kind of get it, but I think I'm missing something for the book, to be fair. But because I did give it 3 stars on Goodreads, like, it wasn't necessarily atrocious, it wasn't necessarily bad, but I think in the case of this book, it could have been maybe 200 pages shorter quite easily. Because like my edition is like 719 pages long, or thereabouts, like 720 pages, and it could have had 150 pages off that, just by cutting out some of the shit that didn't need to be there, that didn't make it, like, that didn't affect how it makes you feel. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I think I made this video a little too soon. I should have sat on thoughts and actually articulated them better. But I'm just done with it now. I just wanted it out the way so I didn't have to think about it again. But yeah. But anyways, if you have any thoughts about the book, please comment down below, and thanks for watching.